Hey everybody, this is Mike. Just wanted to let you know that we had a great time with our guest Retro Princess. However, you're going to notice a bit of audio distortion due to the fact that instead of using a headphone and microphone like most of our guests, she used a headset, meaning that the microphone was very close to her ear cups, and she had the volume up extremely loud. So you're going to be hearing a bit of echo, and there was nothing I could do to fix it. So it's going to sound a little weird, but it's worth it because she was a fantastic guest. We had a lot of laughs, and we hope you can look past that and enjoy this wonderful guest, her commentary, and all the fun that we had. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Playing with Power podcast, the issue-by-issue retrospective about Nintendo Power magazine. We are tuning in for Nintendo Power Volume 59, which is April of 1994, and we have Ken Griffey Jr. on the cover. And with me as always is my co-host Mike.
Hello.
Unfortunately, John is out whacking balls around today at the golf course, so he's unable to join us. And we have
he had a couple of lady troubles, so now he's working on his stroke.
Hopefully, it follows up with a massage with a happy ending. So we're here for you, John. And with us again, by popular demand, is our guest from across the seas and the ocean as well, Miss Retro Princess.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back, and yeah, I'm surprised you did want me back after last time.
Oh, of course.
I don't remember the last half an hour of recording last time, so...
It's recorded for posterity now, though. So what have you been up to since the last time you were on the show?
I don't really know. Nothing. Drinking.
Nothing.
Drinking. I'm afraid, least interesting guest ever. I have been up to bollock all. I really have.
I did hear Mike said just before the show that you had some kind of poll or contest for what you're going to be drinking in the program today.
Yeah, last time it was a very large bottle of Prosecco, which is why I don't remember the last half an hour.
Very good.
This time, the gin and tonic won out. It's a slimline tonic, though. I've got to be good.
Okay, it's the slim version.
Yeah.
Like a skinny martini kind of thing, right?
Yeah, except all the calories are in the gin anyway, so it makes no odds.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, don't care.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and start us off. I'm going to do the pre-roll, the post-roll at the beginning. So if anyone wants to reach out to us in between episodes, please find us on Facebook.com/PlayingWithPowerPodcast. If you'd like to donate a few dollars to our Patreon and support the show, we're on Patreon.com/PlayingWithPower. You can reach Mike on Twitter at GetThePower88. And if you'd like to leave us a review on iTunes, that would also be helpful. And Retro, how can they find you if you want people to find you?
If you do desperately want more of me, I can be found on Twitter at, what am I on Twitter? RetroPrincess1. I think that's all, really. My pinned tweet. My pinned tweet on there is all you need to know, really.
Okay. Do you have a Twitch stream still going?
It's currently on hiatus because we're moving the whole of our upstairs around so that I've got a bit more space. So not presently, but I am usually drunk on a weekly basis.
Lovely. What do you got? What are you moving around at home?
We're moving. It sounds really bad. It's not bad. We're moving my 3-year-old son into a smaller room so I can have the bigger one.
Oh, into a closet. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Harry Potter, stick him in the cupboard under the stairs.
Under the stairs, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Just give him a cracker every once in a while.
Yeah, a bit of cheese, scrape the mould off, that sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds Happy for you.
Yeah.
Not so much for him, I guess.
Well, you know, how
Be
much
fine.
room does a 3-year-old need?
Yeah, but you know he's leaving every night to go sleep in your bed anyways, so what
No.
does it matter?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
no.
No, that's what a doorstop is for.
Yes.
All right, let's dig in on the issue here.
Okay.
We've got Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball on the cover, and it's got a picture of the man himself, and he is got one fist pump in the air. He's got his hat on backwards, and he's rocking a Super Nintendo gamepad, and what presumably his game, but it's facing away from us, so we can't see the title. Playing a Super Nintendo in the locker room.
Yeah,
So-
for all we know, he's actually playing Super Metroid, and he's just like, man, this game is great.
And I presume that he's not wearing pants in this photo. It's like you can't see his anything below the waist here.
Just because we can't see below the waist, we just assume he's got nothing on underneath. We'll just... Yeah.
It's a locker room. I assume he's just letting it all hang out down there. You know, just gonna let it air out.
Well, you got to prevent jock itch. You got to let the air get out every now and then.
Ugh.
Yep, let it air out. Gotta let it dry. Put that baby powder down there. Don't want any chafing for the next game. This is a post game ritual right here. All right, and we also have a banner for Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep.
Okay, moving on in, we've got
for such a busy cover, there's really not much to say about it.
yeah, it's a photo. So looks like they went into the locker room and set it all up and took the photo. I mean, it's not a bad picture.
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
All right, moving on in, we've seen this advertisement before about getting your friend into trouble with a baseball breaking a window.
So that's
Telling you about
already the second page with a baseball in it.
seeing a theme. Okay, so the next page beyond that is an advertisement for something called Apr1994. I thought that was Power Fist for a second. I guess. Yeah.
You can choose the rampant rabbit or the power fist.
There you go. Did you ever see Top Secret with Val Kilmer?
No.
It had at some point, like, there's this scientist that they're trying to rescue, that he's trying to rescue, and the scientist receives a package in jail in this prison that he's at, and it's just this giant box that's called the Anal Intruder. And like later on, they find the guy dead in his cell, and you know, they're like, "Oh, the scientist died. Yes, the scientist is dead." And they pull out this thing, and it's just like a giant like fist on like a pneumatic like drill.
Oh.
And it's like, it took the scientists 3 hours to remove the smile from his face.
Oh my
What's that
god.
accent?
Yeah,
That's the typical European scientist accent.
they were German.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
that's my German. Okay, so anyways, this is PowerFest 94, 192 tour locations, and they have an illustration here of what it's supposed to look like. We see a giant inflatable Mario, I'm guessing,
Yep.
with a raccoon tail.
Yeah, they even
the
did a good
Tanuki
job
Mario.
of tying down the strings. They even drew the strings to show that
They did.
you won't be actually being attacked by a giant Mario. He's not going to
There's all
swing.
kinds of-
He's not going to swing his tail and level the building.
And there's like a million balloons surrounding the entire thing. There's a news van apparently pulled up, and then it's just like a bunch of booths that you go stand up to, it looks like. So it says, play tons of great games, in-store competitions, huge parking lot, events, win excellent prizes, t-shirts and hats at local events, event winner at each location, wins a tour jacket and a trip to the national finals. So stay tuned for tour locations and dates.
Fisting
So
on
just go around
tour.
Yeah, they're going around touring the country. I guess you can, stop in, play, and then if you win, you can
Get fisted.
have an opportunity to win the finals.
Yeah.
Would you say get tested?
Get fisted.
Get fisted. Yeah. That's what Mario's standing there for. He's got the power fist. All right. Coming up, they've renamed their table of contents a little bit. It now says game reviews. So they've clarified now. So for Super Nintendo, we've got Ken Griffey Jr., Star Trek The Next Generation, Mickey's Ultimate Challenge, Excalibur 2097, Time Tracks, Turn and Burn No Fly Zone, and then for Game Boy we have Prehistoric Man, and for Nintendo Entertainment System we have The Jungle Book.
Yay!
And they have 2 special features about Pinball, Frenzy, and then Inside Interplay. And then they're going to have a preview for Super Metroid, which is next month's cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently Gabe Newell read this issue of Nintendo Power because we get to see the Dick Nose Boy playing with portals.
So those are his feet on the other side?
Yeah.
I missed last issue, unfortunately. What happened with the robot? Is he gone?
Oh, shit. What the hell was Dick Nose Boy up to?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I completely
It's all right.
forgot.
I can go back and look.
Or you can actually
Right.
listen to the episode, whatever.
I could.
We can use the stats.
Sure, we'll do it. All right, next pages are the Player's Pulse, where they
He
have
really
a
looks.
mailbag.
Oh wait, he really looks like Marty McFly.
Yeah, I mean, the same vest at least, and
Yeah.
he's got the rolled up cuffs on his jeans. It's a hot look. Speaking of hot looks, on the next page, we got a similar looking fellow, and he's sitting in between apparently 2, I don't know what to call them, just like
Hungry.
barrels of gasoline.
Oil drums.
Oil drums, thank you. I was looking for the words. And there's like flames that are animated with evil faces that are eating their way towards the barrel drums. So this guy's sitting in the middle looking like he is just scared shitless.
Yeah, because he's in the middle of a friggin' explosion sandwich.
I don't know, maybe he's just had a really, massive fart and it's fireballed and made him sweat, and the fireballs, he's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have farted around the TNT, damn it!
Nice.
Sorry.
All right. Mike, you want to take the first letter here?
Okay, it's hey, yeah, there's no theme in the letters this month, so it's just a bunch of random guys, and the first one comes from Lee J. Ronquillo
Leroy Jenkins.
from Hawthorne, California. And he writes, hey NP, what's up? This is just a short letter, and I'm going to tell you about the picture included. The big Game Boy is, believe it or not, made of wood. I made it in wood shop, and it looks just as good as the real one. You know,
You don't say. Gosh, can't tell the difference at all.
Godward.
the reason that the coins are on it is because it's a bank. That's kind of cool.
Hey-o.
No,
coin
it's
slot
not.
plays
It's
music.
shit.
The coin slot plays music when you put a coin in it too. I'm really proud of it because it looks very much like the real thing. I'd like to see more stuff in the next Super Power Supplies catalog, like games and t-shirts. Please make some of these awesome club calendars and controller decals because I think they're so cool. I'm trying to convince my mom to buy me some of the other stuff in the catalog.
Okay.
And then we get to see the fake Game Boy next to the real Game Boy, and wow, they really do look the same. Ish.
That is cool that it plays music when you put a coin in it, though.
That is pretty dope. I mean, for making something that plays music with with like a trigger inside, it's pretty darn dope. All in all,
That's cool.
good job.
Yeah.
Nah, sorry,
right.
it's shit. It's still shit.
Still shit.
The princess,
Princess has spoken.
the princess is not amused.
No.
All right, I'll take the next one here from Jason Simons from Corpus Christi, Texas. I think you should have volumes 1 through 50 on sale for $50 again. Did this happen? I don't remember that happen. They never did that.
Man, that sounds way too good.
That's too generous. I also think you should have more merchandise relating to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I think everything you have in your Super Power Supplies catalog is really cool. So they responded to him and said, "You're in luck. The second Super Power Supplies catalog, which all Super Power Club's members received with this issue, includes more great Zelda gear. The items that were featured in the first catalog were so popular we had to create some more."
Well, he got half of his wish.
Yeah, it's not like actual Nintendo, who have so much demand and never make any more.
No, it's like Well, they'll make the catalog, but then as soon as you request anything out of there, oh yeah, we're sold out. Sorry.
Discontinued. Fuck you.
Discontinued. Go fuck yourself. All right, why don't you take the next one, Princess?
Okay. I recently read Volume 55's Player Pulse. I decided to write in and give you a few suggestions on what to possibly put into the next Superpower Supplies catalogue. For starters, I really like the Yoshi Pocket t-shirt. I ordered one myself and plan to order a Mario hat. I think you should make a Yoshi stuffed animal. I think it would be popular. Well, you know fuck all, don't you? I think I also like the idea of Superpower stamps. It's a great way to save money on Nintendo stuff. I think you should also have a contest in every magazine for a chance to win 50 stamps. April, shut up! Oh, take.
Okay, so the next.
Sorry.
Oh, you are hard to impress today.
I am.
I know.
I am.
Recently, my mother has developed an interesting Game Boy. Are you sure it's not an interesting pool boy?
Are you sure it's just not because she's just picking up so many batteries? You think it's for the Game Boy, but she's using those batteries in something else.
Yeah, my mom must be playing Kirby's Pinball all the time. The Game Boy player
Keeps replacing the batteries. Yeah.
The Game Boy Player's Guide review of Super Mario Land has actually helped me with my homework by lessening screams like, "Ooh, I jumped on it, and the seahorse got me," whenever she plays.
She said. Oh my God!
The first question she asked about Link's Awakening was, "When do I get to kill something?"
Yeah.
Oh boy, Mom's getting stressed.
See,
Yep.
I thought that, and then I killed the cartridge, so, you know.
I would like to say that your magazine is great and keep up the great work, by Sean Doherty of Mohawk, New York. Wow, I didn't know there was a city called Mohawk.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So next thing, it's I'm gonna read the little photo
Insert.
caption here. Yeah, so we've got a picture of a guy at CES standing next to the creepy Mario guy in costume. He's holding up a Nintendo Power with Battletoads and Double Dragon, I believe, on the cover there.
Looks like.
And he's just got a smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, he's
And
having
he says, "So many games, so little times. Joseph Pulaski from Farmington Hills, Michigan, was lucky enough to have his picture taken with the world's greatest plumber at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show last year in Chicago. Of course, what video game experience would be complete without a copy of the world's greatest video game magazine? As told to you by Nintendo and said magazine."
completely unbiased. So, Princess, please tell us about this boy and his adventure in a place very geographically close to yours.
Closer.
Closer? I was going to say, it doesn't sound familiar. Okay, we have Aaron Judd writing in, and he's got a picture of himself looking at Nintendo Power magazine. I don't know what cover it is because...
Link's Awakening.
Oh, it's Link's Awakening. It's just rage. And he's kind of...
If you were a real gamer, you'd
What?
know that.
Yeah, I know.
Rage?
I'm just...
You didn't like the game?
Link's Awakening made me really angry, and I threw it. Aaron...
What did you call it last time? A chucker? A thrower?
I don't know.
It's a Chuck game or a no Chuck game?
It's a Chuck game.
Oh, no, it's not.
I got to the last boss and I couldn't beat it, and I tried a million times. Game's a piece of shit. Hi,
Oh, sounds like your fault.
I'm Aaron Judd. I took this picture in the catacombs in France. He's standing in front of like a wall of skulls, looking like he's having the time of his life. You know, could have gone to Disneyland, but they're here with all the skulls. This is the place where hundreds of Paris residents were buried. I hope you'll publish this to show thousands of Nintendo Power subscribers how cool it is. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that his mom wrote that letter and
Yeah,
sent him the
I know.
picture.
This kid is like the real life Pugsley Adams.
Yeah, Aaron, it's cool. But what's really cool is that you carried Nintendo Power half of the way around the world to take the photo. We'd much rather see piles of creepy bones in the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre or something really ho-hum like that. Thanks! I'm detecting a hint of sarcasm. Beautiful.
And
Okay.
Wow, the next page has got a pretty neat insert. But before we get there, I'll take on Greg Suarez from Parsippany, New Jersey. He says, this past spring, I participated in the Super Star Fox Weekend competition. It was a truly incredible experience. After much practicing and meeting my final goal of beating level 3, I was able to achieve an unbeatable score. On Thursday, September 2nd, my Star Fox flight jacket arrived, and I would like to say that I think it's excellent. I can't wait for winter to wear it. Thank you for holding the Super Star Fox Weekend competition, and I'm looking forward to the next contest with eager anticipation. And they let him know that the Nintendo Power Fest is coming out in 1994. And it should be kicking off at the end of April with 192 local events. These events consist of store competitions and parking lot events. So like the original Power Fest, winners from each event will be invited to a national competition. Stay tuned for details. So Ben, please tell us about this Mario versus Mario?
Sure. So they have a photo here and a letter with it. It says, I'm sending you this photo of Mario and Mario. So it's two boys, age 5 and 3. They said, we had a Super Mario Halloween. What a trick or treat. They were crowd stoppers at school, village parties, and of course, Boo at the zoo. Everyone stopped and pointed, saying, it's the Mario Brothers.
Oh, for
It was such
crying
a
out
super
loud.
time. We had to share it with you. This photo may end up as our Christmas card this year. So it's not just two boys dressed up as Mario, which, to be fair, their outfits are pretty cool. They also have two random decapitated Mario heads, one on a ladder and one like in between them.
One mounted on a ladder, like a deer head on a wall, and the other one just like it's coming out of the floor with red eyes.
Are their parents...
I'm the guy that devoured your soul.
Yeah, the one on the bottom has red eyes, and it just looks super creepy. Fuck.
Why are the parents so lazy that they couldn't have a Mario and a Luigi?
I think because the kids would fight.
The reason why is
shit.
Luigi.
Make one of them be Luigi.
No,
Shut
the
up,
boys both wanted to be Mario. I can tell you now as a parent, that's what happened.
Yeah, they both wanted to be player 1. Nobody wants to be player 2. And they both start with an M in their name, so it just fits.
So are the parents from Mary Jo and Mark
Everybody's an M.
Ott Miskin from Melrose Park, Illinois.
Oh my gosh, from Melrose Park, everything is M's.
Mary,
Except for
Mark,
that
Marky, and Michael from Melrose Park.
Yeah. Oh, it's cute. I like it. It's cute.
It is an overall
Except for the
cute.
demonic head. I think it's pretty cute.
Yeah, I mean, one Mario looks happy, and the other one looks like... It's like if Sam Raimi made the Mario movie instead of...
I swallow your soul! Hoo-hoo!
He's going to Power Fist.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes off your hand and starts running around.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
All right, so we have a short letter here from Gail, and you'll never guess what she's apologizing for. Oh, they couldn't handle all the orders from the Super Power Club. So they couldn't fulfill, they had a problem with fulfillment of getting all these orders out, so they switched who they're using to be their suppliers for all this stuff.
Yeah, we were just too fucking successful. We're sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't expect all this demand for our popular product. Shocking. Okay, so the next section is a feature about Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball.
And John's not...
Hoping...
John's not here, so moving on.
I was counting on John to be here for this. Since he's not, we can just talk about some of the images here. And I'll tell you a little bit about Ken Griffey Jr. here. So he played, it looks like exclusively for the... Oh, he started with the Seattle Mariners. And if you want to know why really the Mariners, especially Ken Griffey Jr., was popularized so much in Nintendo Power, is because Nintendo had a majority stake in the Mariners that they had purchased, I believe, in the late 80s. As a sign to, as sort of like remember, I think the Mariners were going to leave Seattle at some point, and so Nintendo bought them to keep them there as a trying to be like goodwill to the local area and saying no, we're here to stay. We want to invest in the local population, in the community, and so we're going to invest in your baseball team.
Yeah, because Nintendo of America was based in Seattle, right?
Yeah, it was their home there at Nintendo of America, and they just recently, in the last year or so, sold their stakes in the company. So, anyways, they're all about this Ken Griffey Jr. guy. So, anyways, he started in '89 for the Mariners and up through '99. Eventually came back for his last season with the Mariners in 2009 and retired in 2010. He is one of the most prolific home run hitters in baseball history. His 630 home runs ranks as the 6th most in Major League Baseball history. He's also an exceptional offender and won 10 Gold Glove Awards in center field.
Sorry, he's a sexual offender?
Exceptional defender.
Oh! It's like you're just casually saying, "Oh, he's a sexual offender." I'm like, hang on a minute.
No.
Hang on a minute.
He is a professional athlete, so I was just waiting for that penny to drop.
Yep. He's making vaginas wet all over the world every time he hits that baseball.
Oh,
That's his offense.
Yep, they all want to touch his slugger.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think at some point Nintendo Power actually sent me, and I don't know if I still have it or not, a Ken Griffey Jr. baseball hat. Like they had one with like the Nintendo logo on one side, and then on the front it had like Ken Griffey Jr.'s like signature or something.
Yep.
They were like so into this guy.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I can talk about some of these screenshots. We get to see him swinging his bat like a champ, and for Super Nintendo, these graphics are pretty damn on point. And you can actually read the name on his back.
Looks like a big sausage. It does.
Yeah, it does.
It's a big he's like, waving his sausage. Maybe not.
waving his sausage, his chub.
Yeah, he's like, he just walks up to the plate like, why the hell are you bringing bats?
A Pac-Man.
I mean, you don't just hit the ball with your enormous schlong?
Whack.
So, on the other page, we get to see insert animations of what the baseball players will do if they strike out, or if they, like pumping his fist in the air or stomping on the ground. And, they're talking about how the players will show a little character or a lack of it in arcade-style animations. And it looks pretty cool.
So they've got all of the major teams here, looks like. So they licensed all the team names, and obviously Ken Griffey Jr. I don't know about the rest of the players. I want to point out some weirdness in the art, though. Take a look at page 11, where it has the title "Pick 'Em Off," and it has this guy with like these giant arms and shoulders, and these just like tiny legs and feet.
I guess that part was animated by Rob Liefeld from the Marvel comics in the 90s.
Either that or this guy has never made leg day at the gym.
Oh no, he was doing too many of those pixel steroids.
And then on page 13, the bottom left again, we've got the Hunchback of Notre Dame swinging the bat there. It's just got this big old humpback. Either that or his shoulder doesn't move. Oh, okay. And then pages 14, 15, they're getting into all the teams here, and they're kind of tell you the pros and cons of all of them. They have a nice little insert of all of the stadiums.
You missed something else on page 13, which was on the bottom left, where the guy's swinging the bat. Where he's swinging the bat, but he's not like holding the bat like close to his waist. It's like he's just like it's like he just started spinning the bat around like a top, and he's like eventually going to hit the ball.
Yeah, that's weird. It's some weird animation on the.
Or he's just like, I'm just going to hold this.
There.
I'm going to hold this bat out at arm's length, and that's how I'm going to hit the ball. If I bunt it like that, they'll never get it.
All right, I don't have a whole lot to say about the teams, unless you guys did.
Well, hold on, what about that middle picture? What the hell's all those people on the base? The one that says 355 feet. The one right next to the topsy-turvy guy. How many people can hold third?
355? Okay. So it says, what makes Griffey MLB such a great batting simulation is perspective and animation. The batter is very large, so you'll feel as if you're in the action. Let's see here.
Yeah, but we're not seeing why the multiple man is from the X-Men is playing in this game.
It just says you'll know when you've gone the distance in Griffey MLB.
Does that mean you run the bases so fast you create after images of yourself like the Flash?
No, that has to be when you've hit it. I'm guessing. I don't know why all these guys are down there. It's a weird screenshot to include. A lot of these type of games, because you're obviously not controlling every single player. Some of them, like the AI, will try and go for where the ball is. Other times, you control all of the people yourself, and so they all kind of just move relatively together, and you can gather them all like that if you have them all go to like the same corner or something. So I'm wondering if that's what happened. Anyway, it's this odd screenshot. Okay.
Yeah. And
so next up, we have pages about
all I have to say is I see the Toronto Blue Jays, and apparently their stadium is 400 feet, 400 square feet. And
I think it's the amount of the feet to get a home run.
And pitching is 66, whatever that means. But defense is an abysmal 4. So I don't know if that's accurate of the 93, 94 Blue Jays. If John was here, he could probably tell us. John, if you're listening, you blew it, man. This was like your issue.
You blew it.
Is it Blue Jays a Canadian team?
Yes.
Yes.
I have been to Canada only once when I was a kid, and I went to what's it called? It's Skydome.
Toronto?
Yeah.
Toronto has a Skydome.
Yeah, I went there and I got a Blue Jay shirt and I lost it. I don't know where it is now, but yes, I know where that is. That's the only place I do know.
Wow.
But I know that.
Where else have you traveled outside of England?
England. I've been to Scotland.
Scotland?
Apart from that, I went to Disneyland Paris once, and I've been to Belgium and seen like Flanders Fields where all the World War I trenches were, and I went to Spain, but I got salmonella.
Oh.
So.
Well, you gotta stop licking those raw chicken breasts.
Yeah.
Probably a bad call on your part.
Yeah, love licking breasts.
You heard it here, folks.
She's one of the
Play with Power podcast. She's coming out. It's happening.
Yeah.
So you've been to Flanders Field. So are you like a war historian, or were you dragged there by your parents?
No, we got to go on a school trip.
Oh, so you were dragged there by your teacher then?
Well, the plan was to get dragged there, but actually it was really good. They've still got some of the original trenches in situ, so you can actually walk in the real trenches that used to be used like over 100 years ago. But it's really fascinating.
Does cool. Does the ground still smell like mustard from the gas they used back then?
No. It does stink though. It smells weird. I can't describe it. It smells really weird.
It could be all the chemicals they used in the trenches and those dead bodies.
Well,
lovely.
Yeah.
Just a guess.
Yeah, maybe. But you sort of look across the fields from like the memorial and stuff, and there's just mile after mile after mile after mile of white gravestones. It's a very strange experience. Very strange. And not at all cheerful.
Well, that makes it perfect.
Speaking of strange, let's move on to the next game, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh yes, and we got headshots of all the beautiful cast.
Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking more at Counselor Troy and Dr. Crusher.
No, Patrick Stewart.
Looking the same as he does now.
Yeah, but I have a really big crush on him, and I can't explain it, and it freaks people out.
I think it's those piercing eyes.
Oh,
he's charming.
And that flashy dome.
He's endlessly charming.
He's ever so charming. Ever. Oh, just, him on stage, bit of Shakespeare, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to meet Marina Sirtis at Ottawa's first Comic-Con.
Ah.
And I had no idea about the how important the headshots were. And I had a bunch of stuff with me, so I put it on the table, and some of it fell on her headshots. And she's like yelling at me.
Really?
While I'm telling her how I had a big crush on her when when the show was out, and how she was just an amazing person, and it's really nice to meet her. While she's yelling at me, it was very masochistic and had a very dominatrix feel to it. Like I'm professing adoration while she's chastising me.
Aww.
Nice.
But,
That's kind of kinky.
Yeah, in retrospective, the whole thing was, well, just me being a fuck up as usual, but it was my first con and I had nobody with me to hold any of my shit. And I didn't want to put it on the floor because I thought someone could steal it, so.
You didn't bring a bag?
I don't think any of the stuff I had fit in the bag.
So we wear a backpack to those things for that reason, I think.
Yeah, or usually you have a friend to hold your shit so that you can grab stuff and then you hold their shit while they do stuff. But, that's the penalty of being antisocial. Mm-hmm. So, and also in that same day, I also got to meet John Delancey. Q.
Who's that?
Ah.
Oh, Q? Okay.
Yeah. Or if you watch My
I don't
Little
know
Pony, he's the voice of that dragon thing.
No, I don't watch that.
And
Or if you see in Breaking Bad, he's the airline pilot that crashed the whole plane.
Now you got it.
Spoiler alert.
Air traffic controller, not the pilot, but...
Oh, my bad. Air traffic controller.
Yeah, but, yeah, and I also would have had a chance to meet Brett Spiner, except he just looked like he was chewing sesame seeds and just, couldn't be bothered to be there.
Oh, he's so lovely.
And after pissing off Counselor Troy and, pushing my luck with Q, I was just like, you know what, I'll be fine. And there was a chance to meet William Shatner, but you had to pay $120 for an autograph and photo to wait in line. And I was just like, fuck him, he's rich. He should be here thanking the fans for making him famous.
He should be paying
we
you.
Made you rich and we already made you rich and famous, you cunt. Just let me smile, take the picture, and be done with it. Pay us back for the 40 years of prosperity you got being a fucking forgetful little lump. I mean, come on.
I get the feeling you're not his number one fan.
I heard him do a panel, and it's like, either you say he's got Alzheimer's, or either the man has lived such a full life he cannot actually remember it because he kept trailing off on his own stories and just moving on to another one.
Nice.
It's like, I remember I was doing TJ Hooker, and there was this one moment when behind the camera so on Star Trek I was...
Really?
And I was just like, oh my God. So, don't meet your heroes, because they will either scream at you or just forget half of what they were going to say. Or charge you way too much for something, even though, by all rights, they should be millionaires. And I shouldn't have to be fleeced just because you bought too many mansions.
You feel better? Yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. So meanwhile, about the game. So, of course, famous developer, and I'm being sarcastic with that, Spectrum Holobyte made this game. And you must solve a mystery while warping about the galaxy, but you also have to obey Starfleet regulations and stay alive. So they have a digitized version of the, what do we call it? The crew there, and Worf is busted at the seams of his outfit.
Oh my gosh, they did a fucking bad job on
much
him.
larger, standing behind Captain Picard there.
Oh my God, Worf looks like he's been hit. It's like he took all those episodes where he got his ass kicked, he took them to heart, hit the holodeck, started juicing, and just doing weights until he's just like, no one's gonna push me around anymore.
But his head is like twice as big too.
And he did those head weights.
I think he's coming down with elephantitis.
He was hanging out with Ken Griffey Jr. on the holodeck, sharing that purple drink.
That great drink.
And then we got to see a nice insert of Counselor Troy in her smoking hot catsuit, showing off her blown out hair and her cleavage.
Cleavage.
Cleavage. That's a classic way of saying it.
Yeah, tits.
And then Dr. Crusher, keeping it classy, but you know that flaming redhead is hiding a hoe underneath.
Lovely.
And that's why Picard's got that. That's why Picard's hiding that smirk on the photo. It's just like, oh yeah, I know. I bet that.
Oh dear.
Can you believe it? And he was 20 years old when that picture was taken. Hasn't aged a day.
Yeah, the key is to look 70 when you're 20. So then by the time you're 70, you'll look 20.
Yep.
Just steer into this kid and everything will be okay.
So you can bounce around between different systems on the ship. So you can access computer data, so information about Starfleet, planets, other subjects. You also find a password save feature. Woo! You can go to the bridge, of course, and then you can also go to the comm/nav answer hails and set your course to distant star systems at the comm/nav console. And then they show sort of a panoramic view screenshot of the entire bridge here, where you can access the sensor readings about planetary bodies. Then you can go to engineering and set ship resources to your battle systems, weapons and shield, withstands enemy attacks. You can go repairs. You can also go to the briefing room, and this is where Captain Picard reviews mission data and goals with his officers in the ready room before an away mission. And you can also go finally to the transporter room, where you can pick which crew members to go into 4 slots for an away mission.
And to summon Dr. Crusher whenever he needs a examination.
Dr. Crusher, I need an oral examination immediately.
Please confirm the status of my captain's log.
What is that, like a blumpkin?
I need to boldly go where every man in Academy College has gone before.
All right, so it's showing you what you can do in the ship still. You can raise shields, and it's got... that is a weird view with the attack. So it's got a view of the ship that you can see on the sort of like the monitor up top, and then in the bottom 2/3 of the screen, you have like an overhead view of like a map, like kind of like you're playing a battleship or something, where you can see the ships flying around.
That is weird.
So that looks poor.
Yeah.
I have to disagree.
Let's see here.
I think I remember playing this game, and it was good enough.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these 3 star bases at the bottom, where it has the same guy's body on with 3 different heads. They drew the body once, and they flipped it one time, and the other time this is exactly the same, but just swapped out the heads.
It looks like
it's the same pose.
It looks like Mr. Garrison when he was Donald Trump on South Park. You know, like he's just got his hands folded, he's just got his fingers folded into each other, and he's just like pretending he's listening to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! Welcome to Starbase X, where every admiral looks the fucking same.
Yep. And we got a classic bald guy with a mustache for a space base, starbase. And then finally we get to our away missions.
He looks like Jeffrey Tambor from Arrested Development.
Yeah, like a young version of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we get
one of these.
Yeah, the first mission is CODIS Mu 4. And I swear to God, this looks like the overhead map for an RPG.
Yeah, it does,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
And then we get to see a sexy Romulan bitch saying,
Think
thank you
she's sexy? It looks like she got hit with a truck.
A sexy truck.
No! The ugly truck.
Roadkill. Oh.
I guess for a Romulan, she's okay. I mean, it's all relative. She could be like she could be a human 6, but a Romulan 8.
I guess if she can open a 6-pack, it's okay.
Yeah.
As long as she can keep eating beers.
Now I'm starting to see, like, I was too distracted by her body. Now that I see her face, I can see like one eye is like higher than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She fell off the She got run over by the ugly truck. Okay.
She's like a painting that got splashed with thinner.
Okay. The next mission is Orientis Alpha 4. It's a race to save a plague-infested planet, but ends up in an ancient Delric spacecraft, where an army of robots protects a secret that has been kept for 100,000 years.
That's like an
And
anthill.
looks like they finally find their robots, and it's apparently Easter Island statues.
Look a bit like Vladimir Putin.
Oh shit! You got that right.
If Vladimir Putin was either Easter Island statue, I think that's the Venn diagram. Right there.
If Vladimir Putin was the face model for iRobot.
It's beautiful.
Hello, Will Smith, comrade. I am pleased to be obeying all human laws. The laws of robotic.
Would you like me to fix your election?
It looks like you're having trouble with your election. Would you like some help?
What is it, like Clippy now? Hello, Mr. Trump. I see you have problem writing firing papers for Mr. Comey. How can I help?
I see you're having problems with being misogynistic, narcissistic, and in avoiding every issue by talking about yourself. Would you like some help? Oh my gosh.
All right, next mission is Orientis Gamma the Third. It says, now Starfleet Command will apprise you of a dire situation on this mining moon where 10 miners are trapped below the surface. Fuck them.
Yeah, would
Yeah.
they send, like,
You knew what you
Starship
signed up for.
Enterprise for miners? No, they wouldn't. Would they?
Besides, you can't let miners on the ship with Worf there. It's got a restraining order.
Oh dear.
Not since the Wesley incident.
Yeah. And then when we finally do get to see what the miners look like at the end, it turns out that it's Lobot from from Empire Strikes Back. Lando Calrissian's friend.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I am altering the air content of the mine. Pray I do not alter it further.
Okay, so final couple pages here. It's just going over what different characters that you've already just seen.
You get to see a Ferengi just flashing his grill like a fucking rapper.
I like it. That's actually not bad there. But except he's all orange. But I guess he's orange in the show too. So.
Yeah.
Yep, and Dr. Butterface is back telling you about important artifacts containing an IFD.
An IUD?
She needs help with the IUD.
Like, Dylan,
we need you
have to go to Dr. Crusher for that.
We need you to find my
Can I help
device.
you?
I've had to have like 3 abortions and it's getting tiring. I'm running out of coat hangers.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Jesus. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next game here.
Hold on,
Something
we get
a
to
little
see
more.
another screenshot of a Ferengi, and this looks like it's taken from a damn episode. Like the resolution
Oh,
on this
shit.
one is good.
It is good.
I thought that was just a picture from the show.
Yeah, it looks damn good. And it makes and just when you think, wow, the fidelity is really picking up on this, then the next picture shows a guy who looks like he's fucking taking his picture during a nuclear testing.
It looks like he tried to shave with mercury.
If it can kill hair
I'm
follicles,
going to smear some of this on here.
if it,
And,
if
yeah,
it can
that's
kill
good.
people, maybe it can kill hair follicles.
Yeah. I heard if you just smear mercury in your face, you have to shave again. There you go. Yes, that's true. You also die, though.
Yes, dead people don't have to shave.
All right. Mickey's Ultimate Challenge from High Tech Expressions brings Minnie and Minnie to the Super Nintendo in a game designed to entertain and challenge junior Mouseketeers. 5 different Disney characters challenge young players to solve problems by recognizing and matching objects, reproducing sound sequences, and using basic reasoning skills. So they can opt to be either Mickey or Minnie in this one-player puzzler that should prove to be fun for its intended audience. So what do we have here? It's actually got decent graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Goofy at a blacksmith shop, which, if you need quality work, why the fuck are you hiring Goofy? I mean, the guy's...
I don't know.
His name lets you know that he's not the most reputable craftsman.
True.
When it says that he's challenging Mickey by making him guess the order of the tools in his box. He'll give...
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I know, he doesn't even know what's in this fucking box.
He's a legitimate question. It's not a challenge. He has no clue.
Yeah. He's just like, I was just testing you.
Yup.
And apparently, Daisy's a lazy bitch that won't climb the ladder to dust off the top of the doors there. So she's getting Mickey to do it for her.
Oh my gosh. And Donald is practicing magic spells. When he accidentally shrinks Mickey, the Minnie Mouse must push potions through a magic mirror. Oh my god, everybody here is fucking up. Mickey should just pack up his shit and leave.
Yeah.
The nephews
Who is Horace?
Horace the cow from he's been in the cartoon since the beginning. He was in Mickey's Magical Review. He's the cow with the little thing around his neck.
I don't know.
I'll take your word for
I
it.
don't know who that cow is.
Horace the cow.
I don't either.
No.
Horace and Clarabelle. They were the cows in the old black and white Disney cartoons.
I'm not old enough
they're
to,
You're not old enough to remember the Beatles either, but you can still look them up online and find out about them. It's called history.
Yes.
Anytime someone pulls it, it was before my time. Oh, fuck, if only you had access to, all of history at your fingertips, then maybe you might know about things you weren't there for.
Yeah, but the
Anyways,
Beatles is a
that's
bit
Horace.
different to Horace the fucking cow.
These came out first, and Disney has a massive organization, so I think they had a lasting impact.
Well, I think it's just shit.
A little dissension in the ranks here. The king versus the princess.
Yeah, well, I think we all know who'll win that argument.
Anyways, so Huey, Dewey, and Louie have a level as well where the nephews can't open the drawbridge. So yes, of course, they're all inept and need Mickey or Minnie to help them. So yay, there's that game.
Yeah,
All right, next
Mickey needs
game.
to pack his shit and just go. Leave these fucking morons to fumble and destroy their kingdom.
Yeah.
Next game is Excalibur 2097. Let's see here. So it's a sad situation when you don't dare venture outside of your home in the daytime, but that's exactly what New York City citizens face in the year 2097. An intimidating rogue named Raptor and his menacing mutating morphs has corrupted the city and taken over New York. Many other key locations throughout the country have fallen to his minions as well. So this comes from Activision, and let's see here. So it brings out the hero in you to take down these folks.
Yep. Where you get to... sorry.
Special Forces members Slash and Alex are the only two, definitely not references to Guns N' Roses at all, are the only two members of an elite New York crime-fighting force that Raptor doesn't have in his pocket. Alex gets kidnapped and Slash, with his trusty Excalibur to side, must go after her. Also, Alex is a girl.
Even though we don't get to see anyone here, so you just think it's these two blonde guys.
Mm-hmm. It's just the same guy.
Oh, but apparently they had a real band help them out. Psycho Sonic. A techno-pop quartet.
Yeah. Remember them?
Yeah. Look at this guy. One guy's dressed like fucking Skrillex's younger shut-in brother. And the other guy looks like Jughead.
Third guy has a good impression of Mo from the Three Stooges.
Oh my gosh. And then it's just like this one regular dude showed up and he's just like, what the fuck's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Did I walk into the wrong building?
Oh, that's future Martin Freeman, I think. Does it look kind of like him?
Yeah, it is just, I don't know, like the lighting on this, you can't make out any of these guys' facial features because they just thought, okay, we got two shades of lighting, complete darkness or blinding fucking light.
Maybe they were all really ugly.
All right, so this is a side-scrolling action game, kind of like Final Fight, but it looks like it has no third dimension, so
nope, but
it's just on a single plane.
Yeah, but you do get a sword. Because again,
you get a sword.
Yeah, all these gangsters with guns, lasers, bombs, bullets, and you're just like, nope, I'm going out with a tiny piece of steel as my only defense and attack because I'm a fucking idiot.
I was reading.
The graphics are not that great.
Go on.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I've never heard of this game, so I read about it earlier. And apparently in Japan they had a completely different set of characters, a completely different story, and a completely different script to Western release. And I've heard of like character names changing and stuff like that, but why did they produce a whole completely different story? I don't get it.
So what was the Japanese one like? What was it called?
I don't know. I got bored and then went and had some biscuits.
Oh my gosh.
I'll look that up. You guys keep talking about the screenshots.
Okay, first one we get to see Slash. The hero of the game has 3 different types of attack with Excalibur and can defend himself extremely well. And, because you can play other characters, but apparently not in the game. It's just it's a 2-player mode. And it says it adds value to the game. It's an action game with a twist. A street fighting contest featuring Slash and 6 other bosses make up the 2-player game. So it's not story mode. It's just if you're playing 2 players, you're just beating each other up. And it says another guy you can fight is Tattoo. This blanket-type beast, which is just obviously a blanket ripoff, is slow of foot, but he carries a long sword. And he has a long-range attack, too.
Everything about him is long.
Can you tell us about Chainsaw?
Who, me?
All right, so the game in Japan was called Sword Maniac.
Ah, okay. Right.
Much better. Our main character, Slash, here is called Gear in Japan. Alex is called Cynthia.
Well, that makes sense, because at least that one has a female name.
Mm-hmm. Chainsaw is called, so all these 2-player duels, you going through that right now with the 2-player duels?
Yeah, we just mentioned Chainsaw. He only fires his gun until his rival beats the skin off of him, then he can do some damage. So, apparently you can get stronger by having the shit beaten out of you.
He's called TT in Japan.
Titty?
TT?
Yes.
Sorry.
And then Kane, which is basically E-Honda if he put on a fucking shirt.
Kane is called Cocktail in Japan. I don't know why they made some of these changes.
Why? Cocktail.
I don't know.
Hey,
Japan, you fucked up little island.
he's quite quick, considering his girth.
And he's firing off white things with his girth.
He is, actually.
Okay, Ben, who the fuck is Dr. Blast in Japan?
He's Dr. Mad.
Oh my god, I guess they couldn't put that in because they'd expect us to be like looking at a chair with a metal spiked fist on it. The Mad Doctor is kind of wimpy until he takes damage and mutate. Well, oh my gosh, all these guys become fucking more powerful as you beat the shit out of them. It's like, oh, just take all this damage. You're just like Iron Fist. We're gonna like focus your chi with every hit. Okay, please. Who the fuck is Spuke in Japan?
Spuke is called Creepy in Japan. But it's spelled incorrectly. It's Creapy.
You mean Koripi?
Creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, because ours never follow any syllable. It has to be its own thing. So creepy is Koripi.
They all, like the Western versions, all sound like really shit biker gang alternative names.
Yes. Except for Spuke. That's amazing.
Yeah, wow.
He can somersault at his opponent and cause major pain. So he's like Vega.
Mm-hmm.
This is all Street Fighter ripoffs we're looking
Yeah.
at.
Yes.
And
Indeed.
then Raptor, who isn't as powerful as Slash and Excalibur, but he may be a bit quicker than his brother. And it looks like he's in a suit holding a bamboo sword. Or bamboo cane. And then we get to see Mirror fight.
Maybe Spuke should be like Cleavage, and it should be Spuke.
Spuke. I like it. All right.
This
so
game looks fun.
It looks bad.
This shit.
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling fighter, but there's now a dimension to it. So it's a poor man's Double Dragon or a poor man's Final Fights. In the versus mode, it's a very poor man's Street Fighter 2.
Walk right and beat up things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So they've got some art here. I believe I recognize this art from, I think Castlevania had this art, instead of like Final Fantasy, same artist.
Looks similar.
Possibly. Yeah, I get to see Slash walking past a robot that he's clearly already dispatched, which is just standing there wondering what the fuck is happening as light is shooting out of him.
So they're kind of just walking you through the levels at this point, and they give you tips on how to beat Tattoo, about how to beat Chainsaw, and it's just kind of tips at this point.
Oh, so Blanca, it's not just hair on his chest, it's actually a rose tattoo. I'm glad we got that close-up to find out.
Baby, I can blame it to the kiss from the rose on the way.
Oh, I thought you were going to sing Another Tattoo, Babe. Another... Oh, wait, that's... Oh, what? No. Song, I'm on you just like a tattoo. What was it? Leona? No, it was like some lady just like... fuck, I'm confusing
You're
Weird
floundering.
Al's. Yeah.
You're floundering.
Pull out.
I don't know what's happening here.
Pull out, bail.
Pull out.
Done.
Unlike John, pull out.
Okay, so you get to fight Edward Scissorhands.
All right, let's skip to the end here. Crux, the essence of evil. And we have this guy in what appears to be a shitty jacket with either a scarf or a big tear all the way down it. And he looks like really pissed off with a big frown on his head. And his hair is spiking up like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, like, you go through all these levels just to... the second player is just basically a speedrun version of this without all the levels. Because you end up fighting the same bosses anyway, which are just the other characters.
Yeah. All right.
Except for Crux, which is a full-screen boss.
A full-screen boss. Excellent. All right. So our big poster here is a photo of Charles Barkley sitting on what appears to be a box or a speaker with his arms crossed, and it's for a game called Barkley Shut Up and Jam, coming to your Super NES from Accolade.
He don't want to hear none of your garbage. He just wants to see what you can bring to the court.
That's right.
And he looks the same as he does now, so another guy that's aged great.
Okay, so we have... did you see... I forget who told him. Someone. He was on the air. He's like a commentator now, and someone told him someone died, like on the air, and just like his reaction was so funny. He just like drops his pencil. He's like, "Oh damn."
Oh, that.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. He died.
Oh, that's terrible. Damn. That terrible.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Okay, next up is a lengthy preview for Super Metroid. I don't want to get too into this, though, because we have a feature next month.
I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I've never played a Metroid game.
This is the one.
I don't, honestly, I've been playing them to try and understand why they're popular, because I had the original Metroid for Nintendo as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for it that much.
Right.
I've seen playthroughs, and I can say the same thing. It's not that. It's good
I've heard
for Nintendo maybe, but
non-stop fanboyism about Super Metroid. So I finally dug in a couple weeks ago to try and see what it's all about. So I'll reserve my opinion for next issue. But actually. Oh, here's what we call a tease for the next issue. So I've actually challenged our guest to try and beat it as fast as he could, because he's a decent up for a decent challenge in speedrun. So we'll see how he does.
Yep. Sounds good.
All I remember is I had a great time playing this game.
All right, let's move on, shall we? Unless you guys want to talk about anything Super Metroid.
Well, she hasn't played it, so she's got nothing to say.
No.
I have played it, but this is only a preview issue, not an actual review, so I can move on to.
All right, very good. Because the next one is thrilling. It is for a game called Time Trax, which is based off of a television show of the same name. So, I looked at the Wikipedia entry. Time Trax is an American-Australian co-produced science fiction television series that first aired in 1993. It had 2 seasons with 44 episodes. A police officer sent through time into the past has to track down and return convicted criminals who have escaped prison in the future.
That just sounds so utterly shit, doesn't it?
I think it sounds awesome. You get to fight fugitives in time.
In the year 2193, over 100 criminals become fugitives of law enforcement by traveling back in time 200 years using a time machine called Trax.
Who the fuck has been looking after these people in jail? How have they just been like, oh, you know what, I'm going to fuck off back to the future or the past or wherever they... Sorry.
Make sure to have the prison time machine properly maintained.
Yeah. And no guard. Oh.
You think that maybe it could be some psychological torture, like under regular circumstances they have the guy contained, like trapped and everything, so they force him to go back in time and either watch like how his family will end up without him, or he gets to see his victim die or suffer, like some psychological fuck up.
Or make them watch Twilight over and over and over again.
a Twilight
Terrible.
Orange.
Darian Lambert is a police detective of that period who is sent back to 1993 to apprehend as many of the fugitives as possible.
I'd rather see Chris Lambert.
Yeah, Christopher Lambert.
You have violated the rules of time. And now I must challenge you to Mortal Kombat!
Oh, I was going to go with I'm Connor McLeod from the clan McLeod.
Oh, that.
There can be only one.
Of all these time travelers, there can be only one.
There you go. So he is assisted by the Specified Encapsulated Limitless Memory Archive, or SELMA, an extremely small but very powerful computer, disguised for the mission as a credit card and communicated through a holographic interface which takes the visual form of a prim young woman.
Hang on a minute, this is just a really, really bullshit Doctor Who. This is a really fucking bullshit rip-off of Doctor Who. They go back and catch the baddies in a time machine that's, you know, a TARDIS, a TARDIS. Well, this one is called a fucking... Who calls it a Selma? Seriously. And
I was waiting for another one called Louise to show up.
No, the time machine is Trax. The Selma is the computer.
Oh my gosh, this movie...
This is like a rip-off of Doctor Who and Quantum Leap.
Yes. Quantum Leap. That's the other one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Let's see here. Lambert is also equipped with a micro-pellet projection tube disguised as a keyless car alarm remote, which can stun targets or engulf them in an energy field, rendering them transportable to the future.
What?
And who the heck is this Dr. Samby guy? He looks like a music conductor.
Let's see here. Okay. This process to send the criminals to the future incorporates a transmission sequence to send a criminal on his way. Dr. Mordecai Samby, who is responsible for sending the fugitives in 1993, tries several times to kill Lambert.
So he's a psycho genius.
Bit like me
yes.
then.
Oh god! So the first enemies you see here are the denim thugs.
The denim thugs.
Oh my gosh! And then we get to see an insert from the TV show where we get to see one guy looking pensively in a limousine, like resting his elbow on his kneecap, while another guy seems to be holding up Shaquille O'Neal's sneaker.
Where's the sneaker? I'm looking here.
The big... What is
Look
that?
at that massive thing he's holding.
Excuse me?
Which
page are we looking
we're
at
stuck
here?
on that same insert. We're stuck on the same page, man, with the denim thugs.
First page? The denim thugs?
On the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's holding...
You didn't talk about the guy with the laser pointer?
He's holding up Shaq's sneaker. And Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the title insert has
got all these guys with the Canadian tuxedos on versus the doctor with the real tuxedo on. I see what's happening here. It's the Canadians versus the snooty orchestra conductor.
So Christopher Lambert will run into several different types of enemies throughout each of the 8 levels in the game. Try to defeat them all with hand-to-hand combat. What other options do you have? You'll be rewarded with a gold token if you defeat them in this manner. Oh, okay. Defeating enemies with your PPT weapon is a nice alternative, but that method doesn't always work. And you get to fight lab techs, mad bombers, security guards, and flamethrowers.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we get to see another TV show insert where he's apparently holding up a friggin' mining laser on a tripod.
Yeah. That's nice. He's like all squatted down for it too, which is odd. Like, why wouldn't you have the tripod higher? Let's just have someone squat down to use that thing.
And the boss for the first level is called Sprinting Hulk. Slow down this sprinting madman. Oh my god, he looks like the guy. He looks like Don Johnson from Miami Vice if he just like hit the gym
A little bit.
and never left.
He was totally roided up, yeah.
Roided up Don Johnson from Miami Vice.
Go back a page here. Let's talk about the future folks here. So clearly our hero is meeting with Father Time from the future. I love 93's version of the future is like, you know, shoulder pads and robes.
And it all takes place in warehouses and sewers.
Yes.
What the hell is that
So
suit?
they're probably projections or something.
And then we get to see an insert from the TV show again. Like, what kind of fucking suit is this guy wearing?
It's like
a suit with like.
It looks like he's been watching The Matrix. And
Yeah.
he's got Keanu Reeves envy.
And these hats have like 3 levels to them. The brim, the regular part, and then like a super beret on top of the hat.
I love it.
This game looks so fucked up, I have to try it. Hell, this
So the
series
boss
sounds so
or the,
fucked up, I have to watch it.
Yeah, you should do that. I want to hear back from it. So the next level is in the lab, and he has to literally fight a giant laser.
By holding on to girders. While looking like the Fonz.
I've just got mini-me, stop pumping the laser.
In the next level, he has to fight the Smithsonian.
He has to fight the Smithsonian Institute. He fights a fucking museum.
Yes, he fights a museum. So it's kind of like Night at the Museum without the funny parts.
And apparently he's destroying a dinosaur.
Yeah. Then you're back to the city streets where you have to take down a helicopter.
In close combat, of
while
course.
riding a motorcycle.
And just by shooting up. The one place the helicopter could attack you like is anywhere else, but he decides to like float under you and like drop things under you, making a poor use of a helicopter while you just shoot up at it and tear apart the fuselage with your space laser. And oh my god, you fight the boss for number 5
a crane operator.
Crane operator
At a building site, of course. What early 90s movie would be complete without a fight at a construction site? And they just give us teases for the next locations. You can be on a jet ski, you can be in a forest, or in a waterfall.
Just in the 90s though, so don't go chasing them.
That's terrible. Okay.
Just
next
to
game.
the forest and the jet skis you're used to.
Jesus. All right, next game.
I broke the princess.
Next game is Turn and Burn, No Fly Zone.
No fly zone, no fly zone. They know better. They know better.
Don't fly into this zone. Okay. So this is, let's see here, a lifelike combat simulator that's a cut above the competition. So it's got interesting viewpoints where you can see behind the pilot to the left or the right. And you get a limited view of the sky and a big view of the back of the pilot's head and wings.
It looks great, but looks awful at the same time.
Yeah.
Every one of these like early '90s flight sims does as much to obfuscate the view of the actual sky and land as possible. I swear.
And you think they would just put all the junk, like have like the big screen on front, and then you could just press the down button, so you could look down in your cockpit and look at the HUD and everything, and then look back up by pressing the up button, so you get a nice view of the screen. Like just, give me the option of actually seeing some of the shit you created.
Yeah, it's weird. So it's basically like Top Gun for NES with slightly better graphics.
If you want to destroy your retinas with the weapon selection screen, oh my gosh, this is so much red and fuzz.
Yeah, I don't know that it's worth it to go back and play any of these like older flight sims, honestly.
The only thing close to a flight sim I played would be Wing Commander or Free Space when it came out on the computer.
Space. There's a decent series that is still going on. I'm drawing a blank on it. I'll think of it. Okay, let's move on to the section about pinball machines. Flipper Frenzy. So they're telling us about a bunch of different games, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep, we got the Jolly Joker, which looks like a Juggalo pirate.
Oh, so the games are Super Pinball and then Pinball Dreams, and they're kind of going over the different tables of each. So yeah, Jolly Joker is on Super Pinball.
Yeah,
okay.
Again, it's just like if Sergeant Pepper was a Juggalo.
Oh dear.
Ace Combat, that's the flight sim I'm thinking of. That's a really good game.
Yeah.
The last one I played was Project Sylphid for the 360.
The last one I played
think
was
you're-
the original flight simulator, like the Microsoft PC one.
Nice.
And that was
The first one.
That just lets you
Well,
know, like, didn't bother playing anything else.
No.
Nope.
That was it. Played it once. I was like, well, yeah, this is about as expected. Really shit. So, I don't like anything today, do I?
Oh, they were all chuckers.
Yeah.
All right. Next table is Blackbeard Iron Men.
Oh my god.
What?
Blackbeard and Iron Man. Oh my god. Does this take place on Fire Island?
Like where they had the fire festival? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, Fire Island. It was a Village People song. And they have
What?
Fire Island. It's a Village People song. It goes like, Fire Island, great place to spend the weekend, great place to spend the weekend. And then there's like this mid-break that goes like, don't look in the bushes, don't look in the bushes.
You've been watching really weird porn again, haven't you?
I had a Village People greatest hits cassette back in the mid-90s.
No!
I may have listened to it a couple hundred times.
Which,
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
did you
Falling,
dress up?
No. It's like, oh, there's the fireman, the Indian, the cop, and then me, the tech support. But no, I like their music. I liked.
I do like Macho Man, I have to say. It's so ridiculous.
Then there was Go West. Go West, life is peaceful there. Like the songs were just so uplifting. There was a. Oh yes, I'm trying to remember a song. It
We
was
learned
like
something new about Mike today.
5 o'clock in the morning. Did you ever hear that song?
No.
It goes like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. The city is so empty. I don't want to walk the streets alone.
I'm pretty sure most people know Village People for one song only.
Yeah.
Well, they did others,
Which
and
is
they were
YMCA.
great. They did another one, which did you know they made? They made a movie called Can't.
I don't need to know that.
Can't
I
Stop
don't need to know.
Can't Stop the Music. It was a musical, and it had Bruce.
Yes, you can.
It had Bruce Jenner in it.
Pre-op?
Yeah, Bruce Jenner, not Caitlyn.
Didn't
Bruce Jenner. It was one of the few movies he
oh.
was in.
Didn't they do that song, In the Navy?
Yeah, they did that one too.
In the Navy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nacho Man.
I wanna be a Nacho Man. Oh, yeah.
All right, so they have
yeah, Village People's greatest hits. They made a lot more songs than you think they did, and they were pretty fucking great. So check them out.
I'll take a word
Fire
for it.
Island, Go West, 5 o'clock in the morning, Can't Stop the Music. Great stuff.
You can just eject the tape and never listen to it again.
And then
Burn that thing down.
And then the last game we get to see here is Wizard, featuring apparently Rob Zombie.
Yeah, that does actually look remarkably like Rob Zombie.
So that game attempts to be somewhat photorealistic, and it looks decent for a Super Nintendo game. The second one, Pinball Dreams, does not attempt to look photorealistic and looks more kid-friendly, I will say, with more simple graphics, sort of like Marble Madness from Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah,
So you got 4 tables here. You've got Ignition, Steel Wheel, was that Beatbox, and then Nightmare. And their view, instead of showing the entire table at once, is a zoomed-in version, so you only see a portion of the table at a time.
Yep. So you don't get too confused or overwhelmed or something.
Yeah, I would avoid all that shit. Okay. Classified information.
You get to
What do we got here?
You get to see the credits.
Unlimited thermal bombs. For Super Empire Strikes Back, you can get unlimited thermal bombs, and there's also a code here for 99 lives.
That part's
So
fucking
if you
sweet.
wanna-
You can just blow through that fucking game like nothing.
So if you don't want to invest in a Super Game Genie, you can use the codes here.
Yeah, this will get you to the end. You can either warp to the credits right away, or you can just invincible blow up everything and get to the credits the long way. And oh my god, what is wrong with these screenshots? Is your version looking good? Because I see like
A green tauntaun?
Yeah, I've got a green tauntaun, and then the whole planet Hoth is just like post-nuclear apocalypse white. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in the first couple levels there.
yeah,
well, I'm looking at
You're still
everything.
on
It
that.
looks like everything is lapsed over itself.
yeah, very.
Like I don't know if
slight.
that's just the scan I've got, or if well, no, everything else looks great. So I'm just wondering if the screenshots you got are like if you're trying to like read the letters, how they're like all fucking shit.
I think you got a bad print,
Yeah.
honestly. Sometimes the print doesn't line up correctly and you get that ghosting effect.
Yeah.
I don't have that on mine.
No, mine's
and I'm
alright.
not looking at a scan.
Okay, and then we get to see more unlimited power, where if you don't want to blow up everything, you can just use the force or something.
You can get a stage select for Battletoads Noble Dragon. Oh, for stage select for Tasmania. Extra continues for Tasmania. And for Inspector Gadget, you can get a debug mode. So you can try to fix the game yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Why would you want
How
to do
terrible is
that?
that? I don't think you would. I think they just left it in the production version of the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is great. So
Wait,
NBA Jam.
wait. You can start the game with 99 hats.
I don't know.
99. I got 99 hats, but a bowler ain't one.
Jesus. That needs to come back. The bowler is coming back. Mark my words. Someday the bowler is coming back.
It's, I'm in England and it's not coming back.
It's coming back someday. Then followed by the trifold hat.
Right.
the tricorn.
Yeah, the tricorner hat. Those are coming back after that.
Well, you know what is coming back? Codes for NBA Jam. You get the White House Jam, where you can play Bill Clinton or Al Gore. And then
That's phenomenal.
And the Programmer Jam, where you get to play as the programmer.
Oh boy. Yeah, you can be a Sal DeVita or Jamie Rivet.
The whitest guys on the court.
Okay, and let's see what else here. You can play TMNT Tournament Fighters at super fast speeds. You can change the boss stage backgrounds. Let's see here. Super Mario All Stars. There's a code here for bonus Marios, so you can get extra lives. And then for Kirby's Pinball Land, there are some bonus games you can have.
You missed Ranma 1 half. You get another debug menu. Boy, they're just going nuts with this one. And we get to see what the debug menu looks like. You can change their move rate, jump rate, attack rate, defense rate, special rate. Oh my gosh, this is...
Notice how the special rate's like slower than the rest of them?
Because they're really special.
Yes, you got it. All right, let's move on to the comic here. All right, so let's pick parts here, and we'll finish with the first half after our comic here. So I believe the princess should be Samus.
Which one's that?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
That'll be the one in the orange and yellow suit that starts off talking.
Okay.
The heroine.
Samus is a woman, just so you know.
Really? Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay.
You can see a picture of the next page.
Okay.
So I guess I'll be Houston, or do you want to be Houston, Ben?
Oh, the blue dude?
Yeah.
I'll be him. You be the bad guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, pick us off.
All right.
Super Metroid Chapter 3, Back to the Nest.
I'd understand if you left Houston. This is, sorry, was that Zebes?
Yep.
Is a dangerous planet.
I'll keep that in mind, Samus.
Here we go.
Sing.
So they're like blasting a whole bunch of creatures to no end. Good job!
I wouldn't mind some help here.
And so they're shooting again. What do you mean? You blast them before they're even in my sights.
Bang, ping.
So she's destroying everything. And then he says, at least I can gather the cleanings for the bounty.
Yeah.
Gleanings for the bounty.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom! What a shot! So she's looking around, smoke coming out of her blaster. And he says, I'll earn a small fortune with these.
Get real.
He's got some leaves or something. And she says,
I said get real, so I don't have time for carcass collecting.
And then she continues, like, it goes down, and then we get to see the side, so...
What?
and she continues,
Yeah, she's saying there.
Where?
R.
Oh, pirates
Pirates.
to pulverize. She's a different color. I couldn't figure it out. Sorry.
Welcome to the comics. People change colors randomly.
then she says,
Why don't you go?
Samus, watch out!
And a big spike comes out of the ground, piercing her shoulder.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Oh, well, the hero's down for the count.
Are you okay? The great bounty hunter is caught in a hunter's trap.
I should have been more careful.
This doesn't look good. Wait here.
I don't need your help.
I may not be a hero, Samus, but I know how to work a trap. Sneak. Got it.
Sneak.
Almost there. So he's pulling out the spike of her. He sliced the spike, and now he's trying to pull it out of her arm.
Oh,
I think.
you're pulling out. You're pulling out.
Pulling out. Okay, let's go.
Wait! We're leaving behind your pirate claws.
That's okay. We've got to get help for you.
Your ship!
I hope I can figure this one out, he's thinking as they get into Samus's ship. And she says,
Okay, set the now she's green. Set the coordinates for 3360 by I don't know what those numbers are. 1, 2.
that's not headquarters.
They're setting the coordinates for 8675309.
For a good time.
Well, that's what
They
she
say-
needs right now.
And they say, she says, they can't help me.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Chairman! Samus Aran's ship left leave. But she just got there. Something must have happened. It's most curious. The ship is now returning to headquarters. Hardy, you're eating again. You should be rallying the troops. I guess I'll have to take care of this. Well, since it's not necessary, sure, we can handle it. I don't think so. Zeebs, we've got to resolve this conflict now.
Whoosh. You doing okay, Samus? We're getting close.
I'm hurting, but I'll make it.
Is this the place? So they're landing on a planet somewhere.
With the wonderful sound effect, push.
Can't land. Whoa! Crash landing. Sorry about that. This place is deserted. What are we doing here?
Samus-san! And we get to see a wrinkled up old bird fuck thing with a stick.
Wow!
It's like if Sam the Eagle and Yoda had a baby.
Yes! That's perfect.
Don't ever doubt my metaphor game, baby.
Sorry, it's the second lot of gin. Is it me now?
No, Mike's supposed to be this guy.
Oh.
Okay, well, I already said it. Now Houston says...
I said it. Wow!
Oh, and then he falls back in shock. You are injured. What has happened?
Nice to see you, old bird.
Samus-san? Old bird? Who are you? You look like the statue at the ruins of Zeebs.
Well, I am a member of the Chozo clan. We created Samus-san's power suit.
Oh, shit.
And then we get to see the fleet assembling while the chairman's going, "This is great. I should have taken over long ago. Your men are incompetent." Chairman, there's a Beacon pirate ship dead ahead. Don't lose them. We'll crush those bugs. Chairman, we have a problem. And then a gun is pointed to the chairman's head, saying, "Chairman, deal with it, officer." And then Ridley is there, that prick. He goes, "It's been a while, Chairman." Ridley, what's going on? How did you get here? "Chairman," says the fat guy with the mustache. And then a big alert goes, "We're in big trouble."
Meanwhile, back on the planet. Are you sure that you can save her?
"I know what I'm doing. We need her for the safety of the galaxy."
Yeah, I can't help being needed.
Yep, and we get to see Samus
All right,
laid
so
out,
she's laid out on the table.
bleeding out her green blood goo.
Okay, that's not sexy.
All right, so it says to be continued. Let's go ahead and end part one. Thank you, Retro Princess, for joining us.
It's okay.
And stay tuned for the second half to come shortly. Anything else from anybody?
No, we've done all the credits at the end that we usually do, the Patreon, the Facebook, the Twitters. So it looks like we're... stay tuned for an upcoming new series starring me and a previous guest from this podcast, with details to be released very soon.
Also, for your Patreon donators, just a tease out there, you're going to be getting some exclusive content that we recorded the other night. So as soon as Mike listens to whatever the hell we made during a drunken evening of Mario Kart, he will polish it up and throw it out there for you guys to take a gander into. So that's Patreon exclusive content coming your way. Thanks everybody for listening. I'm Ben.
I'm Mike.
Oh, I'm Princess.
And now you're playing with Power.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with